Routine activities take on special significance during COVID, whether it's a long walk in the park or small and very distant casual gatherings. In a neighborhood just outside of Washington, D.C., a handful of kids started riding their bicycles together, and over time, it became a bike club.
We were all pretty much bored with COVID because we couldn't do many things. We would just come outside and play and bike around, and then eventually more and more kids, some joined us from up the street, and then more and more kids came, and then we started a biking team because it's one thing that we all share in common.
It's fun to come outside because you can just all your friends are out, and it's just you can always talk. There's always something to talk about with everyone here. And all of us get along.
They call themselves Franklin Park Falcons. The group simply rides bikes together with social distancing in mind. Parents who mostly work from home because of the pandemic are thrilled that their children are using their times in a healthy manner and providing them with a much-needed break at home.
I work from home full-time, so does my husband, so getting the kids outside during the pandemic with their friends and biking and social distancing has been great. It's been occupying them, which has been huge.
But getting a bike these days is proving difficult. Bike sales in the U.S. have shot up over 75% from this time last year, according to retail research. Even fixing an old set of wheels is hard as most bike shops are overwhelmed and out of inventory. Even finding a second-hand bike can be costly.
I went to the Trek store in I think Gaithersburg, and I went to go find a bike, but they said they wouldn't have the right bike for me until October, and I was like, that's not great. So we went to another bike store, and we still couldn't find any bikes there. And then my dad had to go and find one secondhand online, and then we found somebody who was willing to sell it for $500 to us, and that's how I got my bike.
But for these kids in the Franklin Park Falcons having bikes, it means a bit of daily freedom and friendship during a time of lockdowns, Zoom classes, quarantine, and stress. And that's priceless. For Rukin Isaac in Maryland, Bejan Hamdard, VOA News.